Hi everyone, this is Sushant from Unity Devs. So guys, in today's session, we are going to learn about a Pluck function. So it's one of the Dataweave functions we use in Mulesoft, okay, based on the type of use case we have, okay. So I will cover the definition part initially, cover some of the simple examples, and then we will cover one of the real-time use case, okay, with the help of a use case example which I have already created in my Anypoint Studio. Okay, so guys, let's move with the definition part. So what is a pluck function basically? So guys, it is useful for mapping an object into an array. Okay, so pluck iterates over an object and returns an array of keys, values, indices from the object. So guys, this is the simple definition of a pluck function. Okay, let me show you how it works. Okay, so guys, let's say we have an object having name and let's say age. So what pluck function does is it basically plucks. So it depends what you want to pluck. You want to pluck these values or you want to pluck these keys from an object. Okay, so in Dataweave playground, let me show you how it works. So guys, I have one example. Okay, so guys, this is the example I have. Okay, so you can see an object having this value field, value key, and this value key contains an array of objects. Okay, so let's say we want to remove this, we want to fetch this array, and we don't want this value field, value key. So with the help of pluck function, it is possible, guys. So let me show you. So you just need to write payload pluck, okay, and simply you need to specify it as value. So guys, simply you can see we got a value. Okay, we have removed this key from this object. Okay, and we got a array of for these two objects. Okay, now let's say we need to fetch this key only and we don't want these values, so you just need to put it like key. So guys, simply you can see we got a value, but the format is JSON having array. As a array output we got having this key as value. So from input as object we got an array as a output. Okay, so pluck function applies on object and it returns an array basically. Okay, let me explain you one more example. One more example I have, guys. Let me paste it. Okay, so guys, you can see this time we have this example in which an object is having a different elements. Okay, 4 elements this object have, and those all 4 elements having a key as car and values as model, make, year, color, and type. Okay, so guys, we don't want this repetition of these car key. So we want to generate an output in such a way that a single car key represents this entire output. So guys, with the help of pluck function, it is possible. So let me show you how you can achieve that. So you can simply write payload pluck, and you just need to write value. So guys, you can simply see that car key is not there, not anymore. Okay, we got an output, an exact output. Okay, you can also write it like car, like this. So instead of having those car word repetition for each and every object, so we removed that repetition and assigned one single car key for all these four different elements, contains the same information. So guys, you can see the input was like this, and now you can see the output is like this. So this is more structured way you can observe. Okay, in a single car key you have and all the different cars and their features. Okay, so guys, that's how this pluck function works. Okay, so now in Anypoint Studio I will define some metadata, guys. Okay, and we will see with the help of one more example how this pluck function works. So that is going to be our third example. Okay, so let's go to the Anypoint Studio. So guys, Anypoint Studio has opened now. So if I click on this transfer message, okay, so guys, I'm going to define one metadata. Okay, having a JSON input. So I'm going to select it as JSON. Okay, schema as example. So now I'm going to import one example, guys. Let me import it from my desktop. Okay, if I click on select, so guys, let me show you how the input looks like. So guys, you can see we have an array of four different objects consist of order information. Okay, each and every order information we have. So in each object we have order ID, we have name. Under name object we have first name, last name, have line ID, price, delivery location, and contact information. So guys, let me show you. What we are going to do, we are going to generate an output that is much simpler. Okay, having only sufficient fields which are required to process. Okay, so guys, with the help of this input we will see how pluck function work and what will be the output we got in the final. Okay, so we are going to simplify this payload and we are going to generate an output that will look much simpler, okay, as compared to this, so that we can send it to client for further processing. Okay, so guys, let me first start. So because it's an array of four different objects, so we need to first map this whole array so that we can access each and every object inside this. So for that I'm going to use a map function. Okay, so guys, you can see we have mapped that array and we got four different empty objects. So one by one we are going to map those fields. Okay, so our first field is order ID. So we are going to send it to the client as order number. Order number. Okay, and order number is nothing but an order ID. Value dot order ID. So you can see we got an order ID. Now secondly, we will send a name of that person who has ordered. Okay, so we have two names, first name and last name. So it would be better if we combine both of them and send it as a name field. So guys, here I will show you how the pluck function works. Okay, so let me write it as name of that customer. Okay, so I will write it like value dot, it comes under name. Now I will write pluck. So what we want to pluck? We want to pluck these values. Which values? These values. We don't want these keys. We only want these two values combined, so that we can send first name and last name in the combined form. Okay, so with the help of pluck function, I'm going to pluck these values from this object having two fields, first name and last name. So after plucking these values, let me show you what will be the output. So guys, you can see we have plucked those values of first name and last name. Now how we can combine them? How we can combine these both values? So guys, we can combine them with the help of join by function. So I'm going to enclose these and see guys how simply we have joined these two values. Okay, so now you can see we have full name instead of a first name and last name. Okay, so guys, that's how so it's basically a combination of a pluck function and join by function. So first we plugged those values from the first name and last name, and then we joined them so that we get the full name of that particular customer. Okay, so guys, move on to the next field, which is a simple one called as line ID. So line ID, we will send it as line number for more simple way. Okay, and value dot, so it's a line line ID is a line number, so I'm select line ID. Okay, now guys, I'm going to map price, which is a price. I think it's a fine, we not need to change it. Value dot price. Okay, okay guys, so now again there is one more field called as a delivery location. So guys, you can see delivery location consists of postcode, house number, city and country. Okay, okay, so let's say if you want to fetch only address details and you are not interested in these fields, so how you can do that? Let me show you. So let's say you want to fetch your delivery field, delivery location values you want to fetch. Let's say delivery location values. Okay, so guys, with the help of with this pluck function, it is possible. So you need to write value dot delivery location, and now you need to write pluck dollar. So guys, see how simply we fetched these values. Okay, now let's say you want to join these all values and create one final address. So guys, that is also possible. So similarly, like we did previously, we used a join by function. So you need to write join by, and then you need to put comma. So guys, you can see postcode, house number, Delhi and India. So we got a full address. Okay guys, that's how this pluck function works. First we plugged those values and then we joined them. Okay. So guys, I hope you understood how this pluck function works. Okay. Similarly, let's say you want to fetch delivery location fields. Delivery location fields. So you can just simply do it with the help of pluck by function. Value dot delivery location pluck, but this time we want keys and not values. Okay, so we just need to write a dollar dollar. Instead of dollar, we need to write a dollar dollar. So it will fetch all those keys, all those field names, postcode, house number, city, and country. Okay, so guys, that's how this pluck function is very useful. Okay, so in the output you can see for all of the records we got the same thing. Okay, instead of having first name and last name, we combined it and created a one full name. Similarly, we created one full address with the help of pluck function and join by. Okay, so guys, one last field which is contact. Okay, so which consists of two fields. The one is phone and another one is home. Okay, so you can just simply write contact information value dot contact, and let's say you are interested in only phone numbers and not in uh, these fields. I can say contact numbers, you can say. Then we will use the pluck function and just fetch contact numbers. Okay guys, similarly, let's say in the next mapping you want to fetch only contact number fields and not contact number, then you can use that similarly. Value dot contact, need to write pluck dollar dollar. Okay, so we got and our contact number as these two numbers and contact fields as home and phone. So guys, let's say if you want to fetch a home number and phone number in a separate fields instead of contact object, so how you can achieve that? So, okay, so let me show you uh, how we can achieve that. So I will write one field name as home number. Okay, so guys, in this case first we need to fetch the index of this home field from this contact object and use that index of that particular home field and fetch that number from that home field. Okay, so let me show you how it will work. So first of all, we need to fetch the index of that home field from a contact object. Okay, so to fetch the index we need to use index of function. Okay, so to use index of function we need to import one library, okay, which is a dw course.arrays. Okay, so let me write that library from dw. So guys, this is the library we need to import to use the index of function. Okay, so now we will write index of value dot contact. First of all, we need to fetch that contact object Okay, so now guys we need to pluck those keys from so we need to pluck these keys from this key value pairs. Okay, because we want to fetch the index of this home field, so I'm going to pluck them first and then I'm going to fetch the index of it. Okay, so let me show you how it will work. So here I will use pluck by pluck $, because we are going to pluck a key, okay, not a value. So we have plucked it. Let me enclose it in the open brackets, okay, so that everything is will work correctly. Now guys, because this index of accepts two arguments, so I'm going to put comma for which field you want to fetch the index. So you need to pass that field name here. I'm going to pass home. Okay, okay, here also we need to write it as a string, okay, so that it will return us the correct field index. So guys, you can see we got an index 0. So if you write here like phone, you will get the phone index, which is 1. Okay, so because we need only home number, because it's a home number field, I'm going to write it as home. So we got a 0th index. Now we will fetch that home number value from that contact object, from this contact object, with the help of index. So because the index is 0, so now we will use that index to fetch this 0th index value, which is this one. So it will fetch the values from all those objects in a similar fashion. Okay, so now I will write value or dot contact. I'm going to write value dot contact, and then I will give a square brackets, and I will enclose it. Okay, so guys, you can see, okay, because we didn't put I think we didn't plug it, that's why we didn't got any value. So first we need to plug it, guys. Okay, so let me show you what I'm saying. So because we are directly passing index, okay, so because we are directly passing index, so we need only one value, not a key value pair. So to fetch that particular index value, it should have only one value instead of key value pairs. So with the help of pluck function, I'm going to pluck these values first, and then I will apply that, I will use that index to fetch this value. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so guys, what I will do now, value dot contact pluck. We want to pluck those values. We plugged it, and now we will use this index. Okay, so to fetch a particular index value, we use this square brackets. Okay, okay guys, let me see what is the issue here. Okay, I think the same thing, we need to put it as string. Okay, let me remove this and see. Oh, I think this is the issue. So the contact spelling was not correct. Okay, so now I will revert this code again. Okay, so because that contact field spelling was not correct, so I will correct it now. And guys, you can see we got that home number successfully. Okay, so you can see this was the home number. So for all the orders we got the same thing, we got the home number. Okay, so you can see. Okay, So similarly guys, we will fetch the phone number of that particular customer. So similarly we will do the same thing. We will write phone number, and we will first fetch the index of, with the help of index of value dot contact. Okay, we will pluck first so that we got the exact values. Okay, okay, so we got the exact values. Let me check my sound 1 minute. Okay, so we'll use the pluck and fetch those values. Okay, we fetched it, and then we will enclose it first to be on the safe side. Okay, and then we will provide the value. Okay, and then we will provide the value for which we need that index. So we need a phone's index. Okay, so guys, you can see we got the phone number index, which is 1. You can see which is a 1. Now we want to fetch that phone number from that contact. So similarly, whatever we do previously, we will do. First we will pluck those values. First we will pluck these values, and then we will use these values to find that index. Okay, so similarly we will do. We will pluck these values from this contact object. Okay, and then we will fetch those values with the help of index which we have created, which we have fetched here. So let me show you. So first we will enclose it in the open brackets to be on the safe side. We will write value dot contact. We will pluck those values dollar as string, and then guys we will similarly use that square brackets to fetch that particular index value. So guys, you can see so same thing, I have written the wrong contact field name. So guys, you can see we got that phone number value. Okay, so guys, that's how this pluck function work. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, okay, 8. So 8 places we used the pluck function guys, and show you how it works. So guys, I hope you understood everything about this session on pluck function, how pluck function works. So guys, if you have any doubts, any queries, you can email us at, so we will provide the email in the description. Okay, feel free to contact us. So thank you guys, thanks for watching our session. See you soon, bye.